It's hashtag trending with David Connolly and Nick Morton. Nick, how are you? I think we have to discuss.
A hashtag with my
fingers. Make a hashtag. Let's discuss one or two things that aren't trending right away, though. Just off the bat, I noticed that it's not trending the fact that Donald Trump actually settled that racketeering case with Trump University for $25 million. He managed to just blast through that by tweeting about all kinds of things about I'm not going to meet with the New York Times. Oh yes, I am, and slagging off Saturday Night Live, which was trending, and managed to seem to bury that news story. He's also managed to bury the news story about the Dakota pipeline access as well. So I think we need to discuss: is this going to be his tactics for the next 4 years to get monkeys like you and me to sort of say, "Hey, look what's trending now," and it's nothing to do with what's really going on? I'm a little bit concerned, aren't you?
I'm not. No, I'm not.
Okay, good.
I mean, a lot of people are. A lot of people are concerned that that this is a plot by Donald Trump to distract the media from the things that really matter. But if you ask me, in Donald Trump's world, these are the things that really matter. His fight with Hamilton and his fight with SNL. These are the things he cares about. Now, it's possible that people inside the White House, smarter people like Steve Bannon, are like, yeah, hey, look, we've got this weird thing going on with Trump U, where, in order to, not smear the office of the president with a lawsuit down the line, we're going to settle this thing. So, hey, Kellyanne, would you just give Trump back his Twitter feed so that he can just spend his time tweeting about the shit that bugs him, because it'll get everyone all worked up, and you'll end out with a situation where the Trump U settlement was actually below the fold on the front page of the New York Times, and the Hamilton brouhaha was above the fold. But I really do think that reflects Trump's worldview. I mean, this is a man who is obsessed with his image and obsessed with celebrity. He doesn't give a shit about he doesn't give a shit about any policy things. He doesn't, So,
what does upset me is that the guy does tend to get his own way a lot. I understand he's flying down to Florida, and he might even be there now for Thanksgiving. And he's been trying to get no airplanes flying over his place for forever. And now that he's now that he's going to be president, there are going to be no planes.
No airplanes flying over his house. The thing that it is kind of frustrating to see that, because Donald Trump is a man who has always believed that the world revolves around him, and now actually the world does revolve around him.
Someone was saying as well that he's not really worried about the likes of you and me or anybody in Ohio or Pennsylvania. He wants to be more like Berlusconi and Putin, who he understands have made an awful lot of money, and he hasn't made quite as much as them. And the only way to do it is to actually lead a nation, a powerful nation, and see if you can make more. I don't know. That sounds to me like quite a big plan. Oh God, there's only one way I can get ahead. I know. I'll be president. And now he actually is. I still can't believe it's happened. It has happened, right?
I'm not sure it has happened.
Good.
I'm not sure. We're going to rerun the simulation later and see.
Okay, just to make sure. And have we had anything else that's trending today, Nick? Any more big announcements?
Well, the President Obama gave the Congressional Medal of Freedoms. I think that's the number one trending thing on Twitter right now.
Who got one? Have I got one? Have you got one? Who got one?
No, who did not get one?
Oh.
Ivanka Trump did not get one.
No.
Melania Trump did not get one.
No. Next time,
Kushner did not get one. But I think we can all feel fairly confident that those guys will all be receiving presidential medals of freedom in the next administration. There is talk about President Trump sending Jared Kushner to try to settle to augment the peace process in the Middle East. Ivana Trump, to be the ambassador to Czechoslovakia. I heard he may appoint his sister to the Supreme Court. Now, she's actually apparently a very qualified and quality judge, but I mean, it's just as you said, I think we were talking earlier today that in this whole sort of conflict of interest brouhaha that has come out, the president-elect said in a meeting with the New York Times that, there can be no conflict of interest when you're the president, which is not actually the case. There is, as David Frum pointed out, there is no legal remedy for conflict of interest when you're the president. But that's not to say that conflicts of interest don't exist. But, it was eerily reminiscent of, what was it, the line that Richard Nixon famously said?
If the president does it, it is legal. Yeah.
Right.
Oh,
that's the
Lord.
zone that we are completely in. And it's kind of fascinating because really the process of impeachment is actually, it's a political process, and it remains to be seen if this this complete dispense, or whatever you say, disregard for political norms and ethical norms finally becomes more than even the Republicans can stomach. But mind you, these are people who have spent a generation campaigning for family values when they had a bunch of pederasts running the Congress. So I don't think you can look for a lot of integrity there.
We're going to have to. We've run way over today, but we had a lot to talk about. Quite obviously. Oh yeah. You could have gone on forever. So let's pick this up tomorrow, the day before Thanksgiving, and let's hope it's not a turkey of a show. All right, Nick. Talk to you tomorrow. Bye.